Okay, so we'll get comfortable on our mat. Keeping your spine tall, closing down the eyes. Gently closing the mouth if that's comfortable, and we'll just breathe in and out of the nose. Relax the shoulders down and back. The hands can be just resting on our knees or our lap. Relaxing the muscles around the face and the eyes, the neck, the shoulders, the back, hips, knees, down the legs to the ankles and the feet. And just checking in and feeling how the body feels this morning. You feeling warm or cold? Are you feeling a bit tired? You feeling energized? Now taking a deep breath in through the nose and slowly out through the mouth. So you're just kind of piercing the lips and leaving it go out like a slow puncher, like out really slow. In through the nose, all the way down to the lungs, into the belly, and out through the mouth, nice and slow again. In through the nose. Fill up your belly, fill up your lungs, and out through the mouth. And again, in through the nose. And out through the mouth. And one more. Big deep inhale. Slowly out. Just let it flow out like you're turning on the tap. And just going back to your normal breathing. Now we'll check in with the body again. Feel a bit more relaxed. Feel a bit more calm. So whatever happened earlier, whatever is happening later, doesn't matter. You're here now. You're stuck with me for the next few minutes. So from here, bringing the chin down to the chest. Just leaving the head hang. And then looking up, maybe looking up to the corner of the room. And down. Up. And down. Back to the center. Looking over the left shoulder. Right shoulder. Back to the center. Dropping the ear to the shoulder on one side. Doesn't matter what side. Just release the shoulders down and then drop the ear. Back to the center and the other side. So think an ear comes to the shoulder, not shoulder to ear. And back to the middle. We'll make big circles now with the shoulders, bringing them all the way up to the ears and around. And then reverse it going back. Inhale, reach those hands up. Keep the hands up overhead. We'll take a few deep breaths into the chest and into the belly. Really expand the rib cage here in the lungs. And keeping those hands reaching up through the fingertips. One more. Breathe in, reach up as you breathe in. And we'll bring the right hand to the left knee. That left hand can come behind. And think of like twisting from your belly button and your shoulders. Inhale, reach the hands up, back in the middle. And exhale, we'll bring the left hand to the right knee. Right hand comes behind, again twisting. And bring it back to the middle. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, we'll bring the hands in front. You can even use a pillow here if you want. Or bringing the forearms to the ground. Depends how flexible you are today. And then we'll come up. Nice and slow. Let's just flip over onto our bum here. Bring our legs out in front. We'll point our toes back towards us. So we'll have a big bend in the knees for the first one. Inhale, reach it up to the fingertips, and exhale. You just give yourself a big hug underneath your knees and your hamstrings. Drop the head and the shoulders down. Again, bend the knees as much as you need to. And inhale, reach it up. Straighten the legs a small bit. Exhale, fold in front. We'll reach forward like leading with the chest and grabbing onto the ankles or the feet. And finally leaving the head and shoulders drop. And slowly coming up. Bring your hands behind. We'll stick the chest up and out. If it's comfortable, you can leave the head drop back. Just think of opening the chest here and the shoulders. You can even go to the left and to the right if you want. Bending the elbows a small bit or straightening one, bending the other. We're just warming up because we'll be going a bit deeper into these poses and stretches later on. Inhale, we'll reach those hands up again. We'll go forward one more time. Grabbing onto the ankles or the feet, leading with the chest. And then finally, does chest and shoulders drop. And then coming up, let's just rock those feet side to side, loosen them out. So I'm going to go with a big bend in the knees for this one, just because I'm feeling a bit tight today. But if you want more of a twist, you can straighten the knees. I'm going to take a big breath in, reach up and up to the fingertips, and then bring my left hand to my right knee. Bring that right hand then behind, and trying to keep my chest up and twisting. Think of like twisting from the belly button, trying to square your shoulders towards the wall. And remember to breathe, it's very important. As we inhale, we'll like lift a bit taller. And as you exhale, that's when you can twist. Inhale. Imagine like there's a string pulling you up from the crown of your head, up through your spine, and as you exhale, you can twist. Might feel a little pop or a click in the back, that's all right. Exhale, slowly coming out. We'll reach the hands up in the middle, and then exhale, go to the opposite side. Right hand to the left knee, left hand comes behind. Square in your shoulders. Again, as we breathe in, grow a bit taller. As you exhale, that's when you twist. Inhale, growing a bit taller. Exhaling and twist. One more in, growing a bit taller. Exhale out and twist. And bringing it back to the middle. Good. So let's bring our right knee in. So on this one, try to bring it in on its own as far as you can, and then you can hold on to it instead of like pulling it in, because you're kind of going on beyond your kind of active range then. So just pull it in as far as you can. Then you can hold on to it, you can support it, and then if you're comfortable, you can bring it in another inch or two. Keep your chest up, spine up tall. And breathing into the belly here as well. You can even close your eyes, especially if the sun is in your eyes. At least it's not raining. So with our right knee in, I'm going to grab my right leg with my left hand. My left arm comes across. And then my right arm goes behind. Looking over that right shoulder. Again, growing taller when you're breathing in. And then you can ease off and twist when you exhale. One more in. And exhaling and twist. Good, and come back to the middle. So this right leg now, we'll bring it across to that left side. And again, you're just either hugging it in here, or if you're a bit more flexible, you can reach the left hand in front around that right leg and look over the right shoulder. Bit of jiu-jitsu this morning as well. Good, slowly come back and release that leg. Stretch it out, loosen it out. And then we'll try the other side. So again, bring that left leg in as far as you can, and then you can support it or bring it in another inch or two if you want. Good. So a little trick on this one, we don't need the foot like in right next to the knee. It could be about 2 palms or 2 fists apart, 2 fists away from your leg. If it's in here, it can be a bit hard on the hips, so just bring it out a bit. Hold it in here, sitting up nice and tall. Again, even soften the gaze or even close down the eyes. I should have brought my SPF this morning. So if our left leg is in, we're getting our right hand, reach it out and hook it around that left leg, and left hand comes behind. Looking back over that left shoulder. Again, breathing into the belly here. I can almost feel that I'm breathing into my leg with my belly. growing a bit taller on the inhale. Exhaling and I can twist. One more in. And exhaling and twist. And slowly bring it back to the center. Bring this leg across the body. Just note if you're a bit more flexible or a bit tighter on this side. We'll get that right hand again. Think of like reaching it in front, hugging it around the left leg and twist. So it's the same exercise, just we're getting a bit more of a stretch because we've our foot across the body. Inhale and exhaling on the twist. One more big inhale, exhaling on that twist. Good, slowly ease out of that pose, bring it back. Straighten out the legs, loosen them out. We'll bring our two knees in, chin to the chest. We're going to roll back. So you can either roll to your side and go back, or you can tuck your knees in, tuck your chin to your chest, and then we'll roll back in a ball. Keep your chin tucked in or you'll hit your head. When we get here, we'll bring our knees in. So however you get there, we'll meet, lying down your back, and then big circles with the knees. And around the opposite way. We'll go into our happy baby pose, grabbing the feet or the ankles, keeping our back flat on the ground, and then any movement you want here. You're straightening the two legs out or bending the knees in, bring the feet together, apart. Any movement that your happy baby does, whatever feels good. Just play around with it. There's no right or wrong way of doing this, just whatever feels good at the time. Good, we'll bring the knees in again, tuck the chin to the chest, and again we can rock forward and back, get some momentum. We'll come to sitting and then flip over into our tabletop position here. Wrists underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. Sometimes you might need to double over your yoga mat or even get a pillow for your knees here. We'll bring our chin to our chest and we'll round all the way down the spine, each vertebrae one by one down to the tailbone, pointing the tailbone down between the legs, and then slowly pointing tailbone up, lower, middle, upper back, looking forward to the top of the mat, and then chin down to the chest again. So we're working all the way up and down through the spine. So slow it down here, half the speed that you're doing it at for another two. Good, and back to your neutral spine here. From here, we bring our fingertips to our collarbone, just on our right side, and make big circles. We can open up to that right side, drawing a big circle with our right elbow. As big as you can, all the way around for 5, 4, and 5, and then change the direction on the opposite way for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we'll just swap to the opposite side. Fingertips to the collarbones on the other side. Big circles again, pointing that elbow around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good, and then we'll move on to the legs. So let's go with the right leg. Same thing, we'll bring the right knee around, drawing a big circle, opening up that hip. It's a bit harder with the legs, but try to make that circle as big as you can, pointing the knee. And again, 5, going one direction. And then you can reverse the direction, going back. Good, once you've 5 done, we'll change to the other leg. Let's even it out. And again, take a note here if one feels tighter than the other. If you feel you have more movement in one hip. And maybe you can come back to this one later today or tomorrow. The more movement you can get into them, the looser it'll become and the stronger your hips will become as well. So about 5, and then we'll change direction. 5 around the opposite way. And once you have 5 done, I want you to go back into child's pose, so we can grab a pillow here and put it behind our knees if you want. Reach the hands in front and dropping the head down. Take your time, finish up, and take your child's pose. Get your breathing back. Just while you're in this child's pose, walk the 2 hands to the right, all the way over to that right side. And if you can, try to bring the left hand on top of the right hand. Sitting back on the heels, a nice stretch in the side of the body. And then walk it back to the center. And all the way over to the left side. And now trying to bring the right hand on top of the left hand. Good, bring that back to the middle. Drop the head down. And then coming back up onto the hands and knees. Just pop the pillow to the side. We'll need that again later. We're going to go into our first down dog, so make sure we're planting our hands down, especially this thumb and first finger side. Tucking our toes under and pushing the hips back, looking back towards the feet. And we can pedal it out here on the spot for our first down dog of the day. We don't have too many today, don't worry. Even just swaying side to side, or leaving one heel drop, then the other. Looking under the left, the right shoulder. Now looking between the hands, and let's walk the feet all the way up to the hands. Big bend in the knees, and we'll fold over. We'll just grab the elbows and just sway very gently side to side. Make sure we're pushing into the inside arches of the feet here, the big toe side when we're doing this. And back to the center and just leave the head drop down and the shoulders. Big bend in the knees as we come up, all the way up to standing. And just loosen out the legs. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Good stuff. So get your yoga blocks ready here, or your pillow, book, whatever we're using. We're going to take a big step out to the side so we're kind of lengthways on our mat. And we can have a tiny bend in our knees here. We want to bring our shoulder blades down and back and keep our hands on our hips. We're going to hinge at the hips, pushing our bum back, and then we can release the hands down to the blocks or to the ground. You can go as far as you want. Again, pushing into the big toe side, so the inch side arches of the feet here. So we have more of a grip and we're getting a bit of strength in the feet as well here. Inhale, just look forward. So just to straighten your back a small bit. Take a breath in and then exhale, fold as you push the hips back. Inhale, pushing into the feet. We're going to lift all the way up, 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 up. We'll even reach the hands up overhead. Look up to the fingertips. You can even do a little back bend if you want, but be careful here. And exhale, bring those hands by your sides. Good. Inhale, stick the chest out, and exhale, folding over, bring the hands down to our block again. So we plant our right hand down, and we lift that left hand up. So try to keep your back straight. If you feel like you're a bit rounded, you can bend the knees, or you can raise the block. Right hand is down and opening up to that left side. And release, bring that left hand down. Just reset here for a second. And then we'll do the other side. Left hand is staying down this time. I'm open up to the right. And exhale down. Plant the right hand down, open up to the left. Just one more on each side. Plant the left hand down, open up to the right. And the two hands down again. Good. Pushing into the inside arches of the feet again as we lift up, even maybe a bend in the knees. Good. Slowly come up. You might feel a bit dizzy after this one. And we'll come back to the top of our mat. Again, just loosen out the legs, shake them out here. Good. Just one sun salutation, we're going to go to the ground then. Okay, so starting in our mountain pose, bringing the feet together, lifting the kneecaps, chest out, shoulders back. So standing up tall. Inhale, raise those hands up. And exhale, folding in front. Inhale, flattening the back, look forward. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back into our high plank or push-up position. Hold it here for 2 breaths. Good, you've been building that strength, you've been building up to this. Lowering down to the knees, elbows hugging to the ribs, lowering all the way down to the belly. Untucking the toes, inhaling up dog or your cobra, looking forward with it. And exhaling into your downward facing dog. So make sure the hands are planted down, tuck the toes under and pushing the hips up. Leaving the heels drop down to the ground here. Good, and leaving the knees drop down to the ground and going back into your child's pose. Again, grab your pillow here if you need it for behind the knees. Sitting back on the heels. And coming up out of your downward facing dog. Out of your child's pose. Push up into your downward facing dog. Good. Remember pushing into the hands, bring the shoulders away from the ears, leaving the heels drop to the ground. And from here, come forward into that push-up position. Hold it here. So this requires a lot of strength, but you're able for it. Hold it. Then we lower down to the knees. Lower down all the way to the belly. Untucking the toes. Inhale for your full up dog or else your cobra. Looking forward with it. And exhaling back into your downward facing dog. Again, pushing into the hands, shoulders away from the ears. Hips are up. And then lowering down to the knees for your tabletop position here. Good. We will push the right leg back, keeping the toes on the ground and pushing back through the heel. Good. Feeling that stretch in the back of the leg and the calf, even into your Achilles. And lifting that right leg up. Making it really long. Once you have your balance, we'll lift the left hand, so the opposite hand to leg. And we're holding it here, squeezing the stomach a small bit. Reaching through the fingertips, through the foot. Hold it, building that strength. Core strength here. And then slowly bring it back to the middle. Good. Let's try the other side. Left leg reaches back. Toes are on the ground first. We'll push back through the heel. Feeling a stretch on that left leg. Good, let's lift that left leg up. Reach back through the heel. Then once you have your balance, reach the right hand forward. And we're holding that. Keeping that balance. Breathe with it. And then slowly bringing that back to the middle. Good stuff. Good. From here, we're going to just flip over onto our back. And we bring those knees in again. Tuck the chin into the chest. And we're rolling back, so make sure there's nothing behind you. Roll back, give yourself a nice massage. And keep the knees hugged into the chest. We'll just rock to the left and to the right. Then we'll draw the knees in and then draw them apart. So we're drawing big circles, bringing them in together and out wide. So you might feel this in the hips. Warming up those hip joints. And then we'll change the direction. Bring the knees in and apart. Good, and we'll leave that left leg go long. Bring the right knee up towards the shoulder. And then leaving that right knee drop out to the right side. We'll bring that right knee all the way across the body to the left side. So just leave it go as far as it can go. And leave the hands fall out to the sides, like in a Y or a T shape. That twist in the body. We did lots of twists today. Very good for digestion. So if you had your breakfast before this, or if you're going to have your lunch or your dinner after this, it'll be good. Bringing that knee back in. And we'll just swap sides. Let's bring the left knee up towards the shoulder. And just supporting it on the shin. And then we'll leave that left knee drop out to the left side. Opening up the hip here. Good, and back to the center. And drop it all the way across the body. And leave the hands fall out to the sides again. You can even look over the opposite way if you want, if that's comfortable on the neck. The most important thing here is to breathe into the twist, into where you feel that. And bring it back into the middle. Bring the two knees in, grabbing the feet, and we'll go into our happy baby pose again. So any movement you need here, just play around with it. Maybe you feel a bit looser than we did when we tried this in the warm-up. Bring the knees in again and then reach out with the legs, reaching the hands up overhead. So we're making the body as long as possible now. And reach to the left side, reach with the left fingertips and the left toes. And then with the right and the left and the right. Back to the middle. Walking the 2 feet to the left side and then the hands to the left side. So we're in kind of like a banana shape or a C shape. And we can grab the right wrist with the left hand and just give a little pull if you want. A bit more of a stretch. So breathe in to the side of the body here that you're opening. Breathe into the ribs, underneath the arm, the hip. and bring it back to the middle, and we'll walk all the way to the right with the hands on the feet. Again, grab that wrist and give a little pull if you want. Good, and bring it back to the middle. And again, we'll reach overhead and we'll reach through that right side, reach to the right hand and the right foot, and then the left hand, left foot. One more, right hand, right foot. Left hand, left foot. And then bring those knees in again. Last time, just to loosen out the back. So we're going into our final pose, your Shavasana, your relaxation pose. A few options here. You can bring the soles of the feet together and leave the knees drop out to the sides. If you want more of a hip opener, you can just leave the hands and feet fall out to the sides. Or you can put your legs up the wall or up on a chair, which is nice for blood flow as well. So just give you a few seconds, decide which one you want to do. Grab yourself a blanket, a pillow, something to put over your eyes, whatever you need. We'll be here for just a few minutes, so get comfortable. So just fidget around until you get comfortable. And then when you're ready, close down the eyes. Relaxing those muscles in the face, and in the head and the neck. Relaxing the shoulders down and back. And the arms. And the hips. The back. The legs. And the feet. You're just melting into the mat. Focus on that breathing coming in to the belly, to the lungs, the rib cage, the chest, and let it go out slowly. Still just focusing on that breathing, coming in and out. If you start thinking about something else, just bring it back to the breath. Now just coming back into the body, into the breath again, coming back into the room. And some movements into the hands and feet, into the arms. Maybe give a stretch overhead or to the side if you have the space. Maybe bring the knees together. When you're ready, just coming to the left or the right side, just using your upper arm as a pillow here for a few seconds. When you're ready, using your top hand to help you up to a comfortable seated position, either legs crossed or in front. Once your back is straight, that's all good. We'll just do 3 breaths here. So we'll breathe in and then let it go like a okay, just to clear out anything. So big breath in, fill up the lungs, let it go out. 2 more, louder now this time. In, let it go, louder now. Want everyone to hear you. Let it go. Bringing the hands together. Spawn, namaste, and thanks for joining me this morning. Careful opening your eyes and coming back to the room. Maybe pick something around the room that you're familiar with just before you look at the screen again.